Good morning. It's Medical Mom Monday. Love out to the world. That's so important to share love and encouragement to each other as medical moms. So many of us are thrown into becoming medical moms. We have a traumatic childbirth. We are in NICU for hundreds of days. There's a traumatic event with illness onset, or we're just on this long weird journey trying to figure out what a diagnosis is for our kids. And all of these paths can feel really isolating, like lonely. I think it's part of our human condition to think that we're the only ones in the world whenever we are in suffering. And part of that is we haven't learned how to share about suffering or ask for help or some of these other aspects. Some of us have great community supports, and so we might not feel that until it becomes a longer part of the journey. But it's not unfamiliar. And so today I'm here to just talk a little bit about the fact that there is community. There are people just like you who are experiencing the same stuff. And if it's not the exact same diagnosis, for example, like my child had bronchiectasis and was oxygen dependent. And for the longest time, I couldn't find anybody who had a kid with bronchiectasis, let alone from his culture. And so I just deferred to who are the people that use oxygen. And then I found people. And then the subset to that was, well, okay, so who are the people that use healthcare in my community? Who are they and where can I find them? It was not through the clinic, although there's some clinics that are local healthcare that do provide peer and mentoring groups or coffee chats, and which is wonderful. But because it didn't exist, I started a Facebook group called One More Thing for Canadian families, for Ontario families, for Ottawa, Eastern Region families, to connect with, because navigating healthcare is huge, let alone anything to do with your diagnosis specific or searching for diagnosis or having to find services or having to find equipment. Like all of that is so disjointed. The other day on Solving Healthcare podcast, Dr. Michelle Ward was speaking about how siloed healthcare is, and those silos, meaning GI will only work on GI and respirology will only work on respirology, and for the two of them to meet and collaborate is, it's hard. But every place that you go, they finish their business, they have their process, and then off you go out the door. Well, for a medical mom, it's like running a rat race. You're running around in between places, and this place thinks that you're going to get, anyway, let's save that for Thursday. You're not alone. Bottom line, you're just not alone. And there's other people who've been there, done that, gotten through it, have quick resources, and makes it one less thing for you to have to navigate. Find yourself a community. Start asking, connect with somebody, talk with somebody. If you can't find the soul sharing type thing, then join in for being able to share and exchange. Someday that person or those people will be there for you to help get along the journey. But in the meantime, we all have to function. We have to function through this healthcare and the silos. So let's be best friends, okay? One More Thing is the Facebook group. If you want to join, it's for Canadians, and it's for Canadians in pediatric healthcare with a physical disability. They can have secondary, third, whatever diagnosis, but you have to have a physical disability. And I'll put the podcast up as well. All right, have a great Monday. You're not alone. If anything, I'm here, and somebody else is out there waiting to connect with you too. All right, take care.